Hey guys, so welcome to a new weekly reading vlog. It is Monday and I'm Allie. I should have started with that. Welcome back to my channel. And this week I plan on reading these 4 books. And if you watched last week's reading vlog, then you already know where I'm at. I am 30 pages into A Court of Thorns and Roses, 50 pages into the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, 30 pages into The Hero of Ages, and 50 pages into The Wallflower Wager. My main goal for this week is to finish The Hero of Ages, and we'll just have to see how everything else goes this week, but I hope to finish all 4 of these books this week. I'll check in a little while. I gotta make some dinner for the kids. I'll talk to you soon. Hey there, friends. It is Tuesday. My first update that I gave you guys was very rushed. I had a friend coming over, and the children were starting to get kind of crazy, so I had to get through it very quickly. So I thought I would come back and go back over what I was talking about before. I have been reading Hero of Ages today. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it before March is over like I was really hoping to, unless I can just really knock out a huge chunk of it today and then focus really hard on it tomorrow. We'll see. There's a possibility, but I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't think it's going to happen. But I've been reading this today, and I am on page 59. I'm just about to chapter 6. And I'm loving it. Of course I'm loving it. I have loved this series so far. I think that it's wonderful, and I'm scared. I'm really scared to see how things wrap up. And I'm really intrigued to see how things wrap up. You know, it's difficult to talk about this without spoiling the 2 books before it, but I'm just really intrigued by what happened at the end of the second book, if you've read it. I want to know how they're going to be able to handle that, what they're going to be able to do about that. And I'm excited to see what happens, because it just seems like there's no way that they could fix that problem. So anyway, I'm really excited, and I'm really loving this, and that's all I have to say so far. Next, I want to show you my new book cover, because it just came in the mail earlier today, and I absolutely love it. Well, it's a book sleeve. It's a little book sleeve, but it's Beauty and the Beast. It says, "I want adventure in the great wide somewhere," and it has the stained glass on it. I love these. This is Book Bow. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I love Book Bow, and I have 2 other ones that I use all the time. I love that they zip so that my book doesn't fall out, and this one is the perfect size for me to put like Hero of Ages into. Also, the one that I have in here right now is my romance that I've been reading, and it's Wallflower Wager, Tessa. I've already talked about this. I am 91 pages into this. I was listening to this morning whenever I went to a doctor appointment, and I really like Penny. I think that she's awesome. She's really sweet, and she loves animals, and she's all about making sure that her animals are taken care of. And the Duke that she runs into is he's just so almost grumpy. I don't know, he seems kind of like he's a grouch. But she's just so sweet and sees the best in everybody that she doesn't even really notice that he's grumpy. She just talks to him and treats him like a person, and like she doesn't even notice that he is a crabby dude. So I like to see their dynamic, because of course they're starting to have a little chemistry, and I want to see what happens with her animals, because I think she's going to have to try to find homes for all of the animals that she has adopted and rescued and saved. I'm really enjoying this story so far, and I'm trying really hard to not come back to this, because this is really easy, quick listening, and I'm really wanting to get through The Hero of Ages, and it's hard to decide what I want to listen to whenever I have 2 books that I'm really enjoying. But I'm trying to focus more on Hero of Ages since I want to wrap it up. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I have both of these as audiobooks, so I've just kind of been bouncing back and forth. I read physically whenever I'm able to sit still, and then whenever I'm up on the go, I turn on the audiobook, or when I'm driving, or whatever the case. So I've got these 2 going today, And I still have A Court of Thorns and Roses. Last night when I went to bed, I actually read a few pages in that until I fell asleep. And I have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I always stumble over the title. I don't know why. It's not a difficult title. I just always stumble over it for some reason. But I'm still loving both of those books, and especially the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, because so far it's wonderfully written. And it's one of those that once you pick it up and start reading, you don't really want to put it back down. You just want to keep flipping the pages. So I haven't gotten to anything creepy in that one just yet, but I feel it coming. Like, I can feel the tension building. Like, it's coming very soon. So for right now, I have a coffee, and I have 2 sleeping children in the car. We were going to come to the park to ride bikes, but both of the boys fell asleep, so I was letting them take a little bit of a nap while everybody's comfortable and everything's quiet. I'm just going to sit here and read and enjoy the peace of being at the park and nobody screaming and nobody hitting each other. I'm going to take advantage of this time, and I'm going to read for a little while and see how far I can get in one of my books, most likely Hero of Ages. And I'll catch back up with you guys tonight, maybe after the kids go to sleep. I guess I'll just have to see how the night goes. Hey guys, I'm back from the park now, and I just wanted to let you guys know, because I have been terribly frustrated. I had my video going up for this week on my reading vlog. It was supposed to be up yesterday, and I had it uploading. I had it uploading yesterday, and it's still uploading. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but this is the longest I've ever had a video upload. Usually it only takes 10 or 15 minutes at the most. I started this yesterday at around 8 p.m., and it was uploading all night, and it's been uploading all day, and I'm at 98%, and it says I have 20 more minutes left. So, I just wanted to let you guys know, I had the video up on time, but YouTube decided that it didn't want to post my video. Okay, I got to page 95 in the Hero of Ages. Alright, sorry, I had to go away for just a second because the children were doing things. I am on page 95 of the Hero of Ages, and I'm really enjoying it still. Really looking forward to getting further in this tonight, and I'm really trying to focus on it and not get distracted by other things at the moment. So I'll be listening to it while I am cooking dinner and such, which I'm about to do. My video says that the upload is complete, but it is still processing, so I don't even know when it will be finished. I will update you guys later after dinner and the children go to bed and all of that jazz. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey friends, it is Wednesday. I keep thinking it's Thursday, and it's totally not Thursday. It's definitely Wednesday. So yeah, I'm sitting here because I just filmed my book review, and I really like this lighting. It's very pleasant. I like this area. I like sitting right here. I just reviewed this, so I'm going to post that here in just a little bit, because I would have actually posted it this morning if I'd had the opportunity to film it yesterday or the day before, but it's been a hectic last 2 days, and so every time I've tried to film, it's not worked out. But the boys are napping, and I had a little bit of time, so I got it knocked out. I thought I'd do a check-in, though. I am almost 200 pages into the Hero of Ages. I haven't read anything else. I've just been reading that. I was trying to get as far as I can in that, but I think that I might take a break from that for a little bit, because I'm feeling not burnt out, because I'm like really loving the story and I really want to know what's going on. I don't feel like listening to fantasy right this minute. So I think I'm going to take a break and listen to some romance, because that's just kind of where my head is at. I've got a little bit of cleaning to do. I've got to go put dishes away and general things of that nature. So I thought I'd listen to something a bit more light and fluffy while I do that. And then later I'll probably get back into the Hero of Ages, because I was trying to read up to, I believe, part 3. I have the bookmark put in there where I'm trying to get to, but it's over there, and I'm over here, and that's a long way away whenever you don't want to go, or when you don't want to move. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, I am still loving Hero of Ages. Really, at the beginning, the first 200 pages seem to be a lot of just catching up with where the characters are and then doing a little bit of building on what's happened to them over the time between the two books. And so it's not a whole lot of action. You do have a few fighting scenes because there are some military things happening, but overall you just have a lot of build up. That's really what's taking place at the beginning, is the build up. I know with Sanderson that you get to the super exciting and fast paced stuff more toward the middle to end of the book. Just I've seen that happen in his other books, and so I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the point where you get through the build-up and it finally breaks and then it takes off, because I know that that's coming. But it'll probably be at least 300 pages in, if not more, because there's just a lot going on right now, and I'm really excited to see. I know they're trying to find certain things in this book right now, and I'm excited to see them go on the hunt for this next section of what they're looking for, and so that's coming and I'm looking forward to it. I am very careful about not giving any spoilers, so I'm just going to be as vague as possible. If you've read the book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's just I want to know what's at the next place. I'm excited to see who's right, who's wrong, because everybody's got their theories and what have you in the book. And so I want to say that I side with Vin in this. I want to believe that Vin is correct, but I'm having a feeling that she might be wrong. But you never know. You never know with Brandon Sanderson. You can't ever tell. So anyway, I'm going to go do the cleaning that I need to do, and then I will catch back up with you guys after. I'm going to listen to The Wallflower Wager. I didn't mention that. I just said romance. The Wallflower Wager is what I'm going to be listening to. So I will catch back up with you guys in a little while after I've done some reading and other things. Bye. Hey, hi, and hello. It is Saturday. I keep losing track of the days this week. I don't know. Can't seem to keep track every single day. I've always thought that it was a different day. Today doesn't feel like Saturday. Yesterday felt like Saturday. And today, I don't even know what today feels like. So, this week, I have read nothing but The Hero of Ages. And at the beginning of the week, I didn't actually do a lot of reading because I was rather busy with the children, and also I went out book shopping a couple times with a couple different friends, and I just haven't had a whole lot of time. So I think at the beginning of the week I was around 100 pages or so into it, and I am now 500 pages into it. Well, almost. I'm at chapter 53, which is page 473, and I might be just a little bit further than this because I was listening to the audio earlier and I may have gotten just a little past this, but so I'm creeping right at 500. But I'm planning on doing my best to finish this tomorrow. I know we've got a bunch of Easter stuff going on with the children tomorrow, so I'm not really sure how much I'll get to read, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to, because I really want to finish this. I want to know what happens. It's a roller coaster of a book. From chapter to chapter, it really just takes you on a ride, because you don't ever know what happens. It swaps perspectives through each chapter, and you're basically rotating through 3 or 4 different perspectives, and so you don't ever really know what's about to happen. You think that you can predict something, and then it just takes a curveball. If I'm not making any sense, it's because I've had very little sleep. So bear with me while I try to explain how amazing this book is. I'd like to wrap it up because I need to know how it ends. And it's really difficult to talk about this one because it's the last one and it's nothing but spoilers. So I can't really give names and I can't really say what's happening, but I can tell you guys that this book is incredible. It's so well done. And that's just me being 500 pages in with 200 and 220 or roughly 220 pages left. Yeah, math. 700. Yeah. I'm mathing in my head, and I'm not good at doing that on a normal day, so doing that with very little sleep is also just... Anyway, this is, I guess, the only goal I have for this week at this point, because it's Saturday. I haven't got to read a whole lot. Well, I mean, 400 pages is a good chunk, and then another 220 pages to go, so I suppose that's decent enough, but it's not all that I was hoping to read. I do plan to maybe pick something else up tonight, just because I'm going to focus on this tomorrow, and I'm kind of tired, and I just want something that's a little more light. This is a lot. This is a lot going on in this at all times. Like, it never really slows down. So I'm hoping to maybe pick up maybe the Tessadera that I was reading, or maybe the Court of Thorns and Roses, because at this point, I know that's fantasy also, but it's like, here's Hero of Ages, and here's a Court of Thorns and Roses, as far as how much brain power it takes me to read the different books. So, I'll pick up something else tonight and read a little before bed, but I just wanted to catch you guys up, and I will inform you tomorrow of how the reading has gone. Talk to you soon. Hello friends, it's Sunday, and I thought that I would check in before I get started on my day. We are going to be doing a lot of things today, and so I thought I'd update you. Last night I read No More of This. Last night I picked this up, and in true Allison fashion, I read one page and fell asleep. So that's where I'm at. That's where I stand today. I do want to read a little bit of this before we hit the road this morning, because I was just kind of feeling it. So I'll probably do that here. I've got a coffee and a few minutes to kill, I think. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and then later on today I'm going to wrap up the Hero of Ages, and I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in the end. Like, I've got all of these theories and ideas for what's going to happen, but I've been told that you can't really guess. The way that Brandon Sanderson writes, he throws you so many curveballs that you just, you really don't know. You don't know what he's going to do. So yeah, I'm going to drink my coffee, I'm going to read a little bit, and I'll catch up with you guys later in the day. Good morning, book friends. It's Tuesday, and I didn't get to wrap this up yesterday because I had what was verging on a migraine all day long. I had a really bad sinus headache, and it was so bad that, like, I just was having a hard time functioning yesterday. So I thought I'd wrap this up this morning, and then I'm going to put everything together. Everything else is already edited, so I just really needed this last clip, and then I'm going to get it posted and start this week's reading vlog. It's confusing. So, last week, I read about a chapter of A Court of Thorns and Roses, because that really wasn't my primary focus. My primary focus was the Hero of Ages, and I finished The Hero of Ages, and I cried. I cried so much. I started crying, I don't know, probably 50 pages from the end, and I didn't stop crying until it was over. This book is incredible. I have to say, Brandon Sanderson is just masterful at what he does. He brought this story to a close that I can't imagine it being any better. So when you start your series with the bad guy having won, and the bad guy being the leader of the land, of everything, I feel like this is the only way that it can truly end. And it was so good. It was so good. And I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I'll do a review over it, but it's gonna be hard also to do a review because there's so many spoilers in this. And I don't want to spoil anything from the first 2 books. I don't want to spoil anything from this book. So I don't really know what I can talk about, but I'll figure something out. I'll talk about something. But this book, guys, is so good. If you are thinking about reading this series and you love fantasy, do it. Do yourself a favor. Read this series. You will not regret it. It is so good. This series has some of my favorite characters in like anything I've ever read. And they're going to be favorites like from now on. Like I'm going to always have these characters in my mind, in my heart. I became like a part of their friend group because when you read, do you not like assimilate yourself into the story and like you're there with them and you're a part of that? I mean, that's what I do, but don't know what else to say right now other than do yourself a favor and read this series if you haven't. If you've like read the first one and you're hesitant about the second 2, please finish the series. There are some characters that have character arcs that are just so good, and you will never regret having finished this series, I promise you. Fantastic book. I wish that I had more that I could say right now to you guys, but I don't want to give spoilers. If you have read this book, you know what I mean about the ending. It is the happiest, sad ending that I've ever read, I think. I can't think of anything that like so utterly crushed me, but at the same time, I was happy. It was a very weird place to be. And especially following this book, I was sitting here thinking to myself, I don't know if I can read anything else. Like, that's it. That's all. I just don't think that I can read anything else. It kind of put me into like a book hangover, and I tried to pick up something else yesterday. For one, my head hurt, but for 2, it was hard because it's like this book it sticks with you. It's like that residual book feeling where it doesn't leave you. Alright, so I'm going to stop saying the same thing over and over. I loved it. I loved this book, this story, these characters, this world, this magic system, everything about this book. I loved it. Everything about this series, I loved it. And I can't wait to continue on with the next trilogy with, well, I think he's releasing the next book this year. But he's got 3 more that are in this world, just in a different time period. And then he's releasing another one at the end of the year, and I think that'll wrap up that arc. So that's all for this week, guys. I read Hero of Ages. That's basically it. And I loved every second of it, which I've already told you. If you have any questions, or if you've read it and you want to chat with me spoilery about it, please leave me a comment down below. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.